Hello. Happy Saturday, my friends. Margarita coming at you today, asking you a quick question. Are you struggling making connections in your relationships? Whether it be a business relationship, a relationship with your children, a relationship with your spouse or a loved one, or maybe family or friends or colleagues or your boss, um, or maybe even your business partner. So, one of the things that I realized in relationship that is the biggest killer of connection is needing to be right, is fighting tooth and nail to be right about my point of view, about me being wronged, about me being the victim, about me being the one to get hurt. And the truth is, my friends, I don't know about you, but I think we're all walking around carrying our fears, wanting to be seen and heard. So if you're fighting to be right, that means that the other person is automatically wrong. And if the other person is always trying to be right and fighting to be right with you, then that makes you automatically wrong. And in both scenarios, someone is losing. And in order for connection to be built, win-win scenario is the only thing that is going to bridge connection so that people feel heard, they feel understood, they feel seen, and they feel loved and accepted. So the next time you find yourself struggling in your relationships, struggling to get through to your daughter or your son or a colleague, or there's that one person that just always triggers you, always just irritates you. So ask yourself, are you fighting to be right about how you were wronged? Because that is not a way to bridge connection. Put yourself in their shoes. Have compassion. What is it that you really are saying that you're not saying? And what is it that they're saying that you're not hearing? Chances are you're both saying the same thing, and you're just saying it in a different perspective, in a different point of view, but it's the same story. It's the same argument of wanting to be seen and heard. So for the sake of argument, build those connections and choose the relationship over having to be right. Choose the relationship over having to prove your point and be right, because everybody loses when you need to be right. That means somebody else loses, right? And there's somebody wrong. So if you're looking to build connections this summer, the best way to do it is to not fight to be right, to choose to be in the relationship and to listen with compassionate ears. And yeah, the other thing that I heard too is first we get to seek to try to understand others before we seek to try for them to understand us. And in that process of us understanding the other person, we really get to hear what it is that they're not saying, the words in between the words, the feelings and the thoughts and the intention between the words, especially if the person doesn't feel comfortable to speak their truth. When we seek to understand others before we try to be understood, we really come from a place of compassion and love, and people feel seen and heard, and they open up and allow vulnerability, and that creates so much connection. So much connection. So, if you find yourself fighting with the same person over the same things, ask yourself, is it the scenario of me trying to be right? And in this moment, because, so many times I've had the same argument with the same person, and I feel like I lose every time. And then I feel like if I concede that I'm still losing. But in the truthfully, when I concede or when I say, okay, I'm going to choose a relationship over having to be right, peace and love and connection gets built because I choose it. Because I choose to not be in a place of fight, flight, and freeze, and closing off my heart and building those walls. So there you have it, my friends. 5 minutes. High five tip today for you. Create connections, create love by not being right all the time. Be kind to yourself and others, my friend. Keep those energies flowing. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.